This is so dumb. Hello? Sheesh. There we go. Fucking mouse. We on? Oh, made it on time. Hello, everyone. Okay, maybe I need a bigger desk. Anyone there? It's a nice day. Hey, Flamingo. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Anyone else? Anyone on? Hey. Same here? Shit. Same here. I can see and hear. What? Really? Okay. Okay, you can hear. Anyone else? Okay, check 1, 2. Audio, video, mic. Anyone? Okay. Okay, so you're all set. All right. Check 1, 2. So people can hear, people can listen in, which is good. That's weird. Look it, folks. It's been weird stuff. For some reason, my on my other machine, my wired internet was not working. So I just flipped to my new working laptop, and everything looks good. Look, it's been weird shit. So whatever. Well, hey, welcome. So today's the last day, last class of the semester. Yeah. Hey, Natural Seasons. Yeah. Today is the last Twitch session of 2025. And we'll be in season 11 in the fall. Hey, I want to thank you all. Most important, I want to thank you all for tuning in this entire semester. It's been a fun semester. It's been a long semester, but we got through it. But we had a lot of fun as well. So I want to thank you all. Thank you for being a part of this. I hope you enjoyed every minute of it. Hope you had fun. But you barely scratched the surface. You've all barely scratched the surface. Yeah, and that's going to be the gist of today. Believe it or not, you have enough to learn enough to be dangerous. There is quite a lot more to do in learning. One of the nice things about cybersecurity is, well, with anything, I guess, in life, is the learning doesn't end here, as there are so many opportunities, so many opportunities to learn. The worst thing I think that makes cybersecurity really special is there's almost too much to learn, and you're learning something every day. I mean, that's why people get so overwhelmed in the field. Especially if you're starting out, it's even more overwhelming because there's so many more options, so many things that you want to touch on. And we're going to mention some of those today. But I want to leave off. So last time on Twitch we did forensics, we did DD, salute kit, and autopsy. We did foremost. The reason why I want to kick off an incident handling today is this is one topic that I don't want to get too deep into. You may get into this a little bit later in your career, but it also does lead into a conversation about the opportunities that you have in terms of learning after this course. I mean, when they say that you cannot teach everything in security, they really mean that. There's no friggin' way that you can learn everything in one course. There's absolutely no way. You'll need at least 10 to 20 years to learn everything that you need. So incident handling It's a very broad term, but incident handling, I mean, incident handling, incident response, people use them interchangeably or not, but really it goes a lot deeper than forensics, and that you have to understand not only in terms of the crime, answering like who, what, when, where, why, but you also have to delve into the technical components. An incident is usually something that happens, like something. It could be good, it could be bad. But the whole point of incident handling is to, barking up, you don't want to go into dead-end investigation, you don't want to get into legal issues, you don't want to have cost overruns. Bad things happen when you have incident handling. It's like, you don't want the thing, like any incident, to turn out to be a "this is fine" dog. But that's what ends up happening a lot of times with incident handling. So incident handling is more, forensics, the biggest difference between incident handling and forensics is forensics seem to be a more narrower thing. It's like who, what, when, where, why, how. That's it. But incident handling goes much, much deeper. You got to have very well versed with IT and knowing a number of people in the forensics field. That's usually true or not. True and or not. So how incident handling works boils down to, so it's a little bit different than forensics. You got to do preparation, identification, containment, eradication, recovery, and lessons learned. Now, this is where I'm getting into a conversation about where do you go from here? What opportunities do you have? And one of the most famous courses in the world for incident handling is offered by the SANS Institute. You may have seen the SANS Institute here and there in this course, but the SANS Institute has been around for a long time. The SANS Institute gives world-class boot camps. Okay? Really? Yep. Okay. SANS 504. Don't disappoint me now. Here it is. SANS.org. Sec 504, Hacker Tool Techniques and Incident Handling. So this is a course, so here's what the SANS Institute is. The SANS Institute gives world-class boot camp trainings. World-class boot camp training. The Department of Defense and industry send people to SANS all the time. I'm not a shill for a lot of corporate products, but I am an alum. Yeah, I am an alum of the SANS Institute. That's why, I never ever shit on people who go to boot camps, because I can tell you, I went to SANS and it actually boosted my career, and I learned a ton in a matter of a week. So here's how the courses work. The courses go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I believe it's also Friday too, 9 to 5 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 9 to 5 p.m. Saturday's a half day. It's a capture the flag game. So that's how generally the courses are structured. The one problem is with SANS courses, they're not cheap. Okay, so I'm just going to go over the SANS 504 syllabus. What you learn. You do have to bring your own laptop. It's all hands-on. And these are, again, boot camps. You get a copy, you get books and books of the course material. I think there's at least 5 books. Here's the syllabus. Day 1 is incident handling and cyber investigations. TCP dump, I think. Okay, WordPress log assessment, malware strings. Scanning and enumeration attacks is day number 2. Netcat Nmap. Hey, that should sound very familiar. Password attacks and exploit frameworks. Aw, they use Hashcat now. Yeah, some of you folks may have used Hashcat. We use John the Ripper. They used to use John the Ripper. They moved away from that. Understanding password hashes, password cracking, Metasploit, web attacks. We did a lot of that. Cross-site scripting, SQL injection, command injection. That looks really familiar. Yeah, Eddie, it is. Okay, so I'm going to deal with the pricing issue next. So I've heard a couple of things. Now, I know a couple of things. And of course, the capture the flag. Oh, they do a full day now. The problem is the price. And it's actually, okay. I did the in-person one. I did the in-person one in 2007. So hold on, let's get to the pricing. Wait, if you're going to be in the Department of Defense or any of these roles, definitely, like, they should send you to these. So here's the thing. It's actually not $9,000 per class. The course is $9,000, but there's also a certification option as well too. That's an extra $1,000 now. Holy shit! So you're really looking at almost 10 grand per course. Okay, you're almost looking at 10 grand per course. Do you want to get the certification? So this is another topic I'll talk about. Everyone asks me this question somehow in some way. Somehow in this course, because it's kind of well known. I'll get into certifications a little bit later today, but for the SANS course for this, it really does no good if you just take the course option. Especially if you're starting out early in your career, or if you really need the certification. Again, the key word is need. Then you got to go for the certification. I mean, it's almost pointless to just go take the course without the certification. That's the way I look at it. So it's almost like 10 grand for the course. The certification will only last you for 4 years. Okay? So when I got the certification in 2007, it elapsed in 2007. It elapsed in 2011. I didn't renew it. I didn't need it anymore. Okay? I didn't need it. Okay, can I just pay the one? Yeah, good. Okay, so, Eddie, I'm going to tell you a dirty secret right now. That's a good question. You there, right, Eddie? So Eddie asked a very good question, which is, can I pay the $1,000 and only get the certification? You can try to do that. But the certification exam is open book. It's a pair of exams, multiple choice, and it's based off of the course material, the books that you get from the course. Yes, the certification exam is completely open book, open notes. So when people take the SANS certification exam, you can see like sticky notes all over, like, the important concepts. So you only got one try, and you have to have, like, I believe it's a 70% to pass. Okay? You need a 70% to pass. So, that being said, now that you know that the certification is open book, open books, and open oath, and is based off the course material from SANS 504, now you actually know another dirty secret about how and why I made the quizzes in this course. Now, you know the quizzes in this course were open book, right? So, where do you think I got that idea from? You believe it or not, most of the certificate, with the exception of the CISSP, a lot of the certification exams are open books. So I use the same model, and that's a pretty common thing. So SANS does open book. I mean, SANS certification do open books. I did open books in my quizzes, so there's no harm, no foul. Yeah, yeah. So I based it off of the. I based it off of the. I based the whole entire quiz model. They were pretty easy, I would imagine, right? The quizzes that I gave in this course. Oh shit! I forgot to say this. Oh shit! I forgot to tell you folks this during the class. Um, you know, it actually falls in line with, I always say we can't even get the basics right. I only believe in two types of exams: the really easy or the impossible. Because those are the only two exams that matter. There's no in between. Okay, impossible ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna grade them all in a class that's 100 people. But the quizzes were made easy for a very good, and open book for a very good reason. The open book is now, is based on SANS. They're based on a SANS model. The other reason is, what's the point? What's the point in making difficult exams in security when we can't even get the basics right? So now you know. Yeah. So now that dirty secret is now out. Yeah. There's a reason why I made those quizzes easy, straightforward. They were really easy for a reason, because I just wanted to make sure that people get the basics right. And of course, they're open book, and that's the SANS model. Yeah, so now you know. So just to let you know, just to Eddie's point about the cost. So you have one or two things. One, you work at a job that pays you to go take the course. That's number one. Or number two, from what I have heard, don't kill me for this, like they're pretty generous with education. Like you can get a generous discount if you're like a student or an educator. Just to let you know, when I took it, I think I still have the receipt. For me to take 504, it was $2,000 to take the course. Sorry guys. Yeah, it was $2,000 to take the course, and the certification was only $300. CISSP back then was $500, but then you have a renewal fee. Fucking ridiculous. Yeah, sorry guys. Sorry. Yeah, so you could ask SANS that you're a student, and they can cut you a discount of some sort. Even if you get half price, it's a big win. Because these people who teach 504 and any of these SANS courses, like these people who teach these SANS courses, they are world-class practitioners. So the other famous one, I had to fire up this on my other web browser here for a very good reason, because I'm a freaking idiot. The other course that is really well known and taken by tough students, believe it or not, a lot of tough students have taken. No, really? You already take an intro to cybersecurity. This is actually show you how overwhelming the security field is. There's just so many course options. What the fuck is it? Lenny is world class. Like who you take these courses, like who's teaching these courses, world class. Malware analysis. And the reason why I bring this is the one that a lot of former students take. And there's something really fun about this course too, is to capture the flag game. And hopefully I don't get blacklisted or something. Here it is. Please tell me that this doesn't fuck it up. Yeah! So one of the best students I ever had went on to Sombre. She took the Forensic 610 course back in 2018 at San Baltimore. And yeah, there it is. Want to give a shout out to Winona? And you win a challenge coin. Yeah, you actually win a nice prize. I don't know if there's a price value for this coin, but I think it's priceless. Okay? So it's worth it. Okay, you got world class practitioners taking the teaching these courses, teaching you. I advocate for SANS. I was an alum. It did me very well. So you want to think about it? Hey, I mean, this class, a lot of the stuff was modeled after the SANS course I took many years ago. So hey, you can say, hey, you can probably say you all got more than like $8,000 worth of $8,000 worth of content this entire semester. Yeah. Okay. Why don't we get into that question? Eddie says, what do you think if someone doesn't go to college instead of saving tuition to take these very particular set of courses and certificates as opposed to getting a degree which help you learn and advance help you learn more and advance in career? Okay. I want to address that right now. Here's the thing. Let me answer the certificates and free courses that you can right now. Some of you folks, and I know this is public on Twitch right now. I have a bad feeling tonight might go for a while. Yeah. Here's the thing about the courses and the education content. Don't get me wrong, there are some educational content out there that are going to be way better than you'll ever get in the classroom. Let's get that out of the way. There are some courses that are just going to be like that, that even free. Like that are going to be way better than any of the courses that you'll ever take in a classroom. Let me give you a few examples. Portswigger. Portswigger's Web Academy. This is a free, this is free. It's all on web security. Lots of exercises. Again, this is free. This is by the makers of Burp Suite. All the topics like web cache reception, web LLM attacks, no SQL injection. I think you did that mess. SQL injection, cross-site scripting, the usual BS. View all the learning material. There's so many. SQL injection, cross-site script. Yeah, you've seen all these. HTTP request operating system injection. Oh, by the way, I'm a fucking idiot. Hey. Okay, I can paste the link. So we got SANS.org. I'm forgetting like the post links and shit. And this is Portswigger. DOM-based vulnerabilities, file upload vulnerability. There's so much. This is all free by the makers of Portswigger. By the makers of Burp Suite. All free. Okay? And these guys are no slouch at all. Oh, you can even get a t-shirt. Not bad. Everyone likes t-shirts. Highly recommended. Again, it's free. Malware Unicorn, Amanda Rousseau, a friend of mine. She gives workshops on reverse engineering. Like reverse engineering 101, I think reverse engineering 102. Oh, she's going to do anti-analysis techniques soon. Oh, that's coming soon. PE injection. Not bad. Now, this is free. Look, YouTube University is a thing. So, YouTube John Hammond. He's a friend of ours, world-class guy. Oh yeah, you may have heard of John. He did that Scapy talk for us. He did that Scapy talk. If you like that kind of content, highly recommend John. I don't know why the links are broken. Like, it's a real thing. Like, his courses, his content is really, really good. Really, really good. Highly recommended. What else is there? In terms of really good free content. Well, the YouTube one comes to mind immediately. Those are the ones that really, really stand out in terms of. These are the ones that seem like it's really good free content. But I want to address now. Okay, what do you think if someone doesn't go to college, instead of saving tuition with these very, just getting certificates as opposed to a degree, which help you learn more and advance in career? All right. So I'm going to answer this question head on. It's a bone to pick that I have. Yes, I teach at Tufts, but it is no secret, and I mean absolutely no secret, that I have a bone to pick with the business of higher education. I mean, for anyone to pay 90 something thousand dollars, that's egregious. That's a lot. 93,000 for what? And like, what do you really have anyone ever asked themselves, like, you pay this much money to go to a place and what do you get for the money? Yeah, anyone ever asked themselves that question? I just want to ask you, does anyone ever ask themselves that question? Like, I don't know. I mean, has that occurred to anyone, especially after taking this course? A nice piece of paper and connections. So, here's the thing. My honest opinion is this. My honest thing is, again, some of the educational content you will get much more of on YouTube University. There's no if, buts, and then. Okay? Some courses that are not at a university could be like a fraction of a cost. Don't ever shit on places like the Harvard Extension School. Yeah, it may be people may have called it an outhouse or Harvard, but you get a real good education there. No, like that's it. Like I also want to make this very clear. There are a lot of people in cybersecurity who do not have a college degree. And I think you're going to see a lot more people that won't get like that. You'll be seeing a lot of people that are going to be moving away from that soon. Yeah, and don't forget the debt either. Don't forget the debt. I mean, I'm just saying, like the Tom, there's actually a lot of courses out there that are way less than $5,000 as well. Again, okay, Code Runner. I'm going to get to that's a topic for a little bit later. I want to talk about the certification mess. So here's the deal. I always feel this is the way. I mean, but then again, I mean, here's the way I look at it. But still is not the greatest answer in the world, and this is something I struggle with all the time. Is no, it's criminal that schools are charging $93,000 so like for people to go. And what do you get out of it? Well, the education content again is sometimes even most of the time is even better than the shit that you actually that you get in a classroom. The education, yeah, the content that you get on YouTube. So, what are you paying for? Like, what are you really, really paying for? I say the argument is the only thing that you're really spending that money is for you're paying for friends. You're paying for connections. That yeah, I mean I'm gonna go. My thought is with Tundra 9898. So look it doesn't matter if you're taking a linear algebra course at a state school, at a community college, at an Ivy, it's all the same. The content is all the same. The education content is all the same. But there's a big difference. The only thing that is different in all three, in those incidents, is the people. Okay? If you're in community college, you just want to get a good education. You just want to get an education of some sort. Okay? And community colleges, like I'm on the board of a local community college, and I vouch for community college. I taught at one. I taught at two of them actually. Sorry, I taught at two community colleges, so I know what those kids go through. Yep. Benjamin Franklin Institute of Technology, which is now the Franklin Cummings Institute of Technology, and Middlesex Community College. Taught at two of them. Yeah. Before I came to Tufts full time, taught at two community colleges. The biggest difference is that if you go to community college, you want to, you just want to get an education, while you get a job. But the difference is if you go to a place like Tufts or Stanford or MIT or Harvard, the culture is very different. The culture is the students want to change the world. So, therefore, you come to a place like Tufts, you go to a place like Stanford, you go to a place like MIT, you want to change the world. That's the culture. And that's for places like a lot of those places, it's the expectation too that you want to change the world. So, but still, that really, really doesn't justify, the 93, 95, and growing amount and plus thousands of dollars. It doesn't. You know. Anyone here follow investing or stocks? Warren Buffett, if you have a chance, I think I can pull it up here. The Warren Buffett 2025 letter is fucking awesome. I think this has a full letter. There's a reason why I bring this up. Ah, damn it. Here it is. The 2024 letter. Here it is. This is a good one. Do yourselves a favor. This is worth your time reading. One further point in our CEO selection, I never look at where a candidate has gone to school. Never. But this letter was awesome. Like, it was so good, I even got myself a copy of the physical letter. Okay? Of the physical letter. Okay. So that is the biggest difference between going to a place like Tufts versus going to a place like a state school or community college. Yeah, you're really paying for connections and friends and having that mindset and that culture that shit, you're here, your expectation is that you're going to change the world. That's the biggest difference. I mean, but still, it doesn't justify $93,000. Like if I said to Eddie, if I had to do this all over again, like seriously, if I had to do this all over again, I say this to people all the time. I would have gone to Naval Academy. Like if it was a perfect world, I would have gone to Naval Academy. Hey, it's a free, not only is a free education, but knowing who I would become later on in life, it would have fit me perfect. I would have gone to Naval Academy or West Point, you know. But again, you have to have like perfect vision, perfect like you have to be like, you know, your physical, you know, you have to have like really good physical like you have to be in top physical condition as well too. I don't have perfect vision, sorry, so that disqualified me. But yeah. Um. So yeah, that's what you get. You know, the difference between going to a place like Tufts and MIT and and Stanford. You're just really paying for friends and connections. Unfortunately, that does work out to a lot of people's advantage when you're looking for jobs in business and other opportunities. It is what it is, you know? But who knows, that culture may be changing soon because there are just so much educational content, generally speaking, is good. I mean, we're not talking about influencers here. There is a lot of decent educational content on YouTube. We're not talking about TikTok or any of that stuff out there. Um, so it really is like, would I actually save the tuition? So to answer your question, would I save the tuition on these particular courses, getting certificates? If you had to point a gun to my head right now, if I was going into cybersecurity, I would lean towards yes. No, I wouldn't go for it. I wouldn't. I would actually go. Here's the thing that will set you apart the most. You may be one, but yes, if you don't go to college, where you gonna get your friends from? Where you gonna make your connections from? So why not I answer that in a few minutes? Next, Mike, if I were to tell you what courses to take, I want to just quickly address this one. If you're looking for courses to take in the future, whether that is in community college, whether that's at Tufts, whether that is anywhere, I always tell people take operating systems, take networks, not network security, networks. The reason why is understand how things work. You may never build an operating system in your life. You may never touch the Linux kernel. You'll probably never touch the Windows kernel at all. But how everything, every computational device has an operating system in there. Like it is like the quintessential systems course. Networks is right up there as well too now because we depend on the networks. Okay. Um, do you mean having qualification versus having a friend? Well, wait a minute. Whoa, whoa. Do you mean having the qualification versus having a friend in the company when you say it is what it? Yeah, 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 yeah. I can address that one. It is. Remember, in life is not what you know, is who you know, and who you know will get you a leg up many times over. I mean, I've known a lot of people, qualified people, who've been passed over for opportunities just because the person who had a job had a connection with someone else. Oh yeah, I think we can all agree on that. Like it needs drastic. But first of all, the whole idea of engineering school, Like, I don't even believe in that. I mean, I love the School of Engineering at Tufts. Don't get me wrong about it. But the thing is that it doesn't help when everything is so siloed. And everything in the world now is moving towards an interdisciplinary model. And it doesn't help any incentive to work with, let's say, the music department or the political science department or international relations. Oh yeah, drastic changes are needed badly. Oh yeah, it's even more drastic than you probably think. Okay, okay. Now I want to address, okay, if you don't go to college and all you're going through is certifications and free university, like and YouTube University, like where you gonna get your friends from? Where you gonna get your connection from? If you're serious about cybersecurity or you're serious about certain fields, let me tell you this, what's the best investment that you can make in? What's the best investment that you can make in? If I gave you $1,000 right now, if I forget that, I'll give you $2,000 right now. What are you going to spend that $2,000 on? And no, it's not going to be booze or cocaine. Like, just fill in the blank. The best investment that you can make in is yourself. That's it. The most important thing that you can invest in, the most important person that you got to invest in, the most important thing you invest in is yourself. So I never told anyone this story, I don't think I said the story this semester, but for me, the best investment I ever made was going to DEF CON in 2006. So, DEF CON is the world's largest security conference. Here it is. DEF CON 33 will be in August 7th to 10th at LVC's at Las Vegas Convention Center. Ah, shit. It used to be. How much is it now? Fuck. What the hell? $500 cash on site. Hell, it was $100 back in the ye good old days when I first went. So this is a conference for years that parents told their kids not to go to, and where if you brought any electronic devices, laptops, phones, or whatever to the conference, it would be hacked. That was true for a good 10 years. It's not so much a problem now. It's much less of an issue now. But yeah, um, this was the best investment that I've ever made. And I remembered, so I had to tell this story a few days ago. My first time in Vegas was for DEF CON in 2006. And I remember going into Vegas my very first time. I stayed at the MGM Grand. Great hotel. And I got dropped off of where Tupac Shakur was killed. All right, there you go. Hey, I knew that at that time. I just knew, hey, maybe this is a special place after all. But and I've said this many times on record. Going into Vegas and DEF CON, I knew absolutely nothing. For me, it wasn't like immediately. It was like a deer in the headlights experience. Little did I know I would kind of meet like a second family over there. That was the Wall of Sheep, and the Wall of Sheep gave me the education the hands-on education I never got in school. That was where I learned Wireshark, packet sniffing, um, password cracking as well. Some of the content that you all did in this course, uh, and I would actually work. I would still be on the team even up to this day. And yeah, they gave me all the hands-on skills that I never had, that I never learned at Tufts in my education. And furthermore, it's like we've grown into a big group of friends. even one of my favorite stories, like even during the pandemic, when everyone was locked into their homes, um, for us, it was just business as usual. We just moved to Discord. It was like, you know, we've been doing this for a while. We've known each other for over 10 years, well over 10 years. Yeah. And that's what we use for everything from now on. But yeah, DEF CON has gotten really big now. It's like 30,000 people that goes there. But you'll find people of all different background, interests, whatever. And it can be pretty easy to, well, it's not, it was a little bit easier back in the days when it was like 8,000 people that shows up. You can strike up a conversation just like that. If you think that is overwhelming, fear not. The other option is B-Sides. Now, B-Sides is, think of it this way, B-Sides is what DEF CON used to be. Much smaller conference. Okay, you're not going to get 30,000 people. Okay, you still have many security luminaries that goes there, like this will be speaking. But the biggest problem is good luck trying to get in. Good luck trying to get in. That's the only difference. Now, there's some good news though. If you can't make it out to B-Side Las Vegas, which is held on the same week as DEF CON, there are B-Sides all over the world. Alright, B-Side San Francisco. B-Sides SF is going to be, oh shit, it's going to be this weekend. If you're in the area, tickets are still available, and it's only $105, which is like a steal compared to DEF CON. Who would go Tupac? Yeah. So, what's the program gonna be like? What? Here's the schedule. We got AI. Oh, they have the AI Village over there. Headshots. Oh, a lot of AI talks. That Netflix one should be good. I know, Will. Yeah, so HD, okay. HD created Metasploit. Eva. Deidre's there? Okay. I'm not flying again. Vivek is a good guy. This looks like a really good set of talks. Yeah, so that's this weekend. But the whole point is invest in yourself, invest in going to cybersecurity conferences, like the good ones, like the B-Sides, the DEF CONs. Like, that is where you can make, like, connections and friends. And if you're lucky enough, they can be friends for life. Again, if it wasn't for DEF CON, if it wasn't for the Wall of Sheep, I wouldn't even be here today. So definitely make that investment. Sometimes those, like, at that $1,000, $2,000 that you spend is like the best money you'll ever spend in your life. Highly, highly recommended. So what else can I mention? Yeah, let's go for the certifications. I think it was, who was it that had it here? What certificates are worth taking and recognized in industry? I want to go to Code Runners question now. I want to go to Code Runners. Now, the issue of certification that's a debatable one. So I wrote an article about the certification problem. I believe I wrote it during the friggin' pandemic. Yeah, May 15 of 2020, the year that no one wants to talk about. Okay, so certifications. So let me tell you, I didn't write this down in this article. Have anyone ever asked themselves this nagging question of what do I want to do with my life? You're supposed to have that question like every so often in your lifetime. I went through it a bunch of times. And 2007 was probably one of the worst I've felt. In 2007, I really, really didn't want to be a software person anymore. I didn't want to do software development again for a living. I just didn't. At that time, I kind of realized that, this is, you know, it's going to be like a lot of shit, same shit over again, and the shit is going to get worse. And at that time, I was debating whether I should get the CISSP. At that time, the CISSP was the predominant cybersecurity certification. If you're going to do cybersecurity, like the CISSP, this is like the predominant and well-known security certification. No. So, now it used to be $500, but it's now $749. $749 for the exam, and it's like $100 renewal each and every year. So in 2007, I was saying to myself, and I was beating myself up daily. It was like, should I get the CISSP? Should I get the CISSP? And then one day I went to a meeting. Now I'll never forget the guy. Peter Sullivan is his name. I want to give a shout out to Peter. He was last at Carnegie Mellon. And we were friendly. We were at HTCIA meetings, and I said, basically he was asking me how you doing, Ming? I was like, well, I'm struggling. Should I get the CISSP? And Peter gave it a minute pause. Like a minute pause. He didn't say a thing. And we're like, do you need it? And that was it. And that felt like a punch in the face. It wasn't it was like, I almost felt like I got hit by a truck. Because it was those couple words so impactful for me, even up to this day, is, do I need it? That was it. Those were 3 words. Do you need it? And I was like, no, I don't need it. I just think I just want to get the CISSP to get my foot in the door. I mean, that's not the greatest reason in the world, but I didn't need it per se. And so I never got the CISSP. A lot of my friends did, and everyone keeps on regretting and have nothing good to say about the whole thing. So here I am now, many years, almost 20 years later, and what are my thoughts on certifications in graduate school, for that matter? Okay, there's one thing that hasn't changed since I wrote this article, and that is, especially if you're young, a certification can only help you, not hurt you. I repeat, certification can only help you, not hurt you. However, the biggest change within the last 5 years since I wrote this article was certification can help you, not hurt you, but the effectiveness of certification won't be as big as you think. I'll get to that reason why. Especially if you're a female, certifications can really help you. I have a friend she's a CISO. It's not Lorna. And she said in a conference publicly that if it wasn't for the CISSP, she probably wouldn't have gotten a foot in the door. Or it would be taken seriously. Because the problem is that the certification, especially for women, is only going to help. I mean, it really holds like, oh, wow, you're actually serious about that field. I mean, it is what it is in a male-dominated field. Okay? Now, what certification to get? Well, that gets a little more dicier. There's a lot of things that you need to consider. Do you need the cert? Can you afford it? And what do you want to be certified in? There's a lot of questions. Now, if you are actually working for the Department of Defense, that okay. Damn it, bro. I hate this link so much. Mekonda. What the hell? It's the same damn link. DOD approved 8570. You bastards. Oh. Alright, let's go to Sans one. Look this. Oh. Oh! That's why. It's been replaced by DOD 8140. Oh, that's why. Oh. Here we go. What? Oh my god. There should be a list of like certification options. Aha. Nope, not here. God, they keep changing this shit all the time. Yeah, but there is a list by the Department of Defense saying like what certification are approved. CISSP, any of the SANS certification, Security Plus, those usually are on that list by the DoD. Okay? In fact, Security Plus is pretty popular because it's affordable. It's only a couple $100. You do have to study for the exam, and a lot of the stuff that comes out of this course, but it's one of those nice, it's a pretty good way to actually get yourself in the door if you want a certification. Okay? So those are the ones that are like really like well known. CISSP, if you want to get into management, yes. In fact, you almost like it will look bad if you go into like a security management job and you don't have a CISSP. It's a very broad exam. I don't recommend anyone to be starting that out. And a lot of friends have actually said, have outlined a lot of the problems with the CISSP exam. So if you want to go for the certification exam, SANS, Security Plus, those are the good ones. Like CISP is well known, but that may be overkill unless you want to get into management. What else are there? There are very few ones. Oh, there is the Offensive Security Certified Professional, the OSCP, So this was for the longest time, like this was like the shit. Like people were clamoring to take this exam. It's only like 2 grand. The problem with this certification now is all hands on. It's basically one big capture the flag game as a final exercise and a big report. The problem is that over the years it has been riddled with cheating. Cheating, yeah. I'm doing search. This was the other one. So if you're really serious about hands-on security, pen testing, OSCP is maybe a good way to go. If you want something like Security Plus seems to be the safest option. How much is it? Let's take a look. CompTIA. There it is. I do know some community colleges do actually have a teacher that can actually have a segue into Security Plus for students. Oh, come on, bro. Certified ethical hacker? No. The CEH? No. Yeah, this is no bueno because I know that people have actually that they've gotten hacked before badly. Ironically, holy shit! Hey, bro. Yeah, that site is dead. There is a Google Cybersecurity Certificate now. That's on Coursera. It is. There's going to be a ton of overlap between this course and the Google Cybersecurity Professional. How many? Okay. Okay. I've heard okay things about, but I've heard good things about them. I've heard good things about them. All right, so this is another opportunity. It is quote unquote free to do. Do people take it? Yes, yes, yes. Because Pen 200 has been riddled with cheating, do people take it less? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, graduate school. Here's what I think. Here's what I'm going to tell you. As search, well, okay. Amazon is a very special case. So I'm glad that you asked, Code Runner. One of my good friend, my really close friend, Russell Butterini, he has a gold jacket from Amazon. So I was just about to talk about that. Here's the thing. AWS has a very kind of a very special place. Because look at AWS is infrastructure and it ain't gonna go away. I mean, if AWS goes away, we're all fucked. One of the things that I strongly recommend everyone to look into in this day and age is AWS certification and training. And they're generally they're very affordable. AWS training and certification. Look, cloud isn't going away, AWS isn't going away at all. There are so many learning options with Amazon AWS, like machine learning, namely, and security. There's so many courses and stuff with AWS security. Uh, it is they do quote unquote having that AWS certification really does sell. Again, because so many companies, so many institutions use AWS in the cloud, it's not going away anytime soon. So yes, strong advocate for that. Most other companies I find, like most other companies I find, their training courses are only available, like Google, for example. Google's very well known. Like the reason why Google and Microsoft push out uh, their training courses is this is the saddest thing I'll just admit right now. The reason why those, I mean, they churn out courses is to augment what people didn't get out of college. Like, why do you think companies like Bloomberg, um, MongoDB, I mean, there's a whole bunch of them that I can name, and they all make new employees take a 6 to 9 month boot camp to teach everything that was not taught in school. And that's primarily the premise of why Google push out like a cybersecurity course, Microsoft push out a cybersecurity course in ML, because there's so much stuff that you were not taught in college. It is, yeah. Amazon has its own special place because, yeah, I mean, the part of their business is certification and using the infrastructure. I don't see that much. I mean, the Azure certification, yeah. There we go, one. Microsoft Certified Professional used to be the thing in the early 90s, but I think people, they only got one? That's weird. I mean, Amazon, AWS got like a whole bunch of these. All right. Graduate school. Like, you're gonna go to graduate school. The number one question is, why are you going to graduate school? Tell me a good reason. Don't go to graduate school if you're just going to do it for a means to an end. Don't go to graduate school if all you want is an extra zero on your paycheck. It's not worth it. Okay? Furthermore, if you're going to get your master's degree, you're probably not going to get any financial aid. Okay? If you want to go to an online program, like here's the thing: when you go to graduate school for cybersecurity, you will go to like your only premise is going to be cybersecurity, nothing else. Like if I'm going to recommend you like any graduate school for cybersecurity, it's like a short ass list. Master's program, if you're looking for like policy and law, Tufts is good. Boston College is great. Those have actually online programs too. But if you want like, creme a la creme security and like the world class security research, sorry and not sorry to anyone about this, is Carnegie Mellon. Like, you're gonna be the queen or the king of the castle in security at Carnegie Mellon. Also, Carnegie Mellon is home to like the team that has won like capture the flag the last like so many years at DEF CON. It's fucking crazy. RIT is very good. RIT has become really good now. One of my really good friends, Josh, is now teaches there. So RIT, yeah, I know there's advertisement all over the place now, but their cybersecurity program is very good. So yeah, and they have a new building too. It's fucking awesome. It's like it's stuff that you can just like drool all over. Other good schools, Berkeley, Maryland, like you know, yeah, RIT. Uh, I've heard very good things about it. If all you want to focus is on security, if you want a like a more well-rounded education, uh, go somewhere else. Like, but if you want security, yeah, RIT, Carnegie Mellon, like top shot, top gun. But before you make your decision to go to grad school, ask yourself, why are you going to go? Like, you better be 100% sure that you want to go to grad school. Okay. So one of the unfortunate things about today one of the very unfortunate things about today is, as you probably have seen, is that a lot of these things require money. Graduate school, certifications, and all that. So, boot camp, SANS. But I'm going to tell you, if there's one thing, if you are really, really, really serious about cybersecurity, the one thing I will strongly recommend, like almost like on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is not important and 10 is like really important, it's an 11, that you want to learn cybersecurity, like the fun and the hard way, and that can take you very far. I think some of you folks may know where I'm going with this. Build a home lab. Now, yeah, you may be seeing fun pictures right now, like really, like, like fucking people have like build a home lab. There's so many people that spend stupid money on that, but you don't even need that. Build a home. Strongly recommend this. You don't need the hundreds or thousands of dollars. You don't need the hundreds and thousands of dollars to build a home lab. You ever seen these computers? These tiny ones? They're floating everywhere. Tufts has a whole bunch of them. I don't know why they don't give them away. But yeah, get like a mini PC and they're fucking great. So the one thing is that I'm just surprised it took this long for people to figure this out, because for the longest time everyone was like, oh, get a Raspberry Pi, get a Raspberry Pi, get a Raspberry Pi. And then they had like horrible, horrible supply shortages and shit. Um, no, 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 no. Get your hands on like these cheap ass PC parts. Like now you can get them on eBay for $50. Build like a server or something for your home. You can actually get like two, three, four of them, like loop them together and build like a cluster. Like these are really cheap. You can get like four of them for like $200. You can create your own network that way. That's how many of us started out. Don't go for Raspberry Pi. It's not like they're underpowered. They're underpowered by a lot, and like they're not very flexible. Go get these like mini PCs. Just get one to start out with, and then you can just cluster them. Build your own network. Build your own server and network at home. Um, yeah. What do you mean? Like, what's the point? Like, what's the point of this? You will learn so much on how systems work and how like networks work by building your own home lab. Like the amount that you will learn is crazy. Even if you, and the thing is, you can make all the dumbass mistakes in the world that you can and totally get away with it. It's a learning environment, okay? And of course, you'll get hands-on skills. This will all set you apart. Many, 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 like for many people, like set you apart from many candidates, like from many people. Um, Bigger storage, more memory, processing, you know. Um, Redundancy, that's another one. So it was last year. This was like last year. I bought one of these. I bought like a cheap ass like B-Link. It's a Chinese PC, and it's been fucking great. Uh, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's fine. So I built a Proxmox virtual machine. I have one box. It's a cheap. I only paid less than $500 for this on Amazon. 512 gigabytes of hard disk space, 32 gigs of RAM. So I'm gonna log in as root. Yeah, okay, buddy. So I have a Kali Linux server, a VM that I can do whatever the fuck I want. Windows 11 Tiny, I'll not turn that on. A Pi-hole running on it. You'll learn so much by actually putting this stuff together. And it's kind of affordable too, like you can spend even like a couple $100. And and friends always talk about this all the time. Given a choice of someone that has all the certifications in the world, which by the way hurts you more than anything else, or someone that has a master's in cybersecurity versus someone that built like a home lab for years, my friends will always pick the person that actually built the home lab for years. It's those hands-on skills. Yeah, just get one of these boxes. You'll learn so much about systems and networking, and troubleshooting, and hands-on skills. Okay? Yeah, I mean, then again, you have to say that a lot of companies now have to kind of realize, oh shit, a lot like YouTube is a good example. YouTube is the worst because now they actually realize, okay, we're gonna find ways of how to block people who have used a Pi-hole. And there's no way around it. Fucking sucks. They want to make you pay for YouTube Premium. So really, my next step for anyone is if you're really serious about cybersecurity, build a home lab. It doesn't even have to cost that much. It's cheap, it's affordable, gives you hands-on skills. You can install all the like dumbest shit in the world, like deliberately vulnerable applications. You'll learn a lot about networking. And every one of my friends have said the same. This is how they learn networking. So, we're out of time, folks. But there's a lot of opportunities for you to go. There's a lot of opportunities for all of you here. I mean, we could have gone on, and I wasn't wrong. We could have gone on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But now the ball is on your court to do something. Your learning does not end here, people. Never will. That's one of the good things about the security field because shit changes so much. So, hey, it's been a pleasure, everyone. It's been a hell of a pleasure. You know how to reach out to me if you ever need anything. And yeah, I will see you all again soon. But it's been a pleasure. It's been a hell of a pleasure. Thanks, everyone. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Yep, the learning only begin. Oh, yes, a gap year. Yeah, I would do it. Hell yes. Don't burn yourself out. Take a gap year. Just do it. You won't regret it. I don't know why people don't take gap years more often or not. Take care, everyone.